No. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You got it.
And back on again. Out, 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 out. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Ooh, the gym. Old stomping grounds. Hank Patterson, fly fishing guide.
Riley Smith, tight end.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Hey, you wouldn't happen to be the kicker?
No, tight end.
Again, thank you. I'm looking for a kicker for Lithia Ford's fall kickoff sale. But you're not the kicker.
No.
Yeah. Nah, the kicker's probably taller and in a lot better shape. So, okay. What position do you play?
Tight end.
Squats. Yeah. Try it sometime.
RowPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics, is going all in this season with an all-star lineup. First up, he led the Broncos to 3 conference championships and 10 20-win seasons. It's Coach Leon Rice. Next, he's the founder and CEO of RowPaint.com. He played a little basketball in high school on the driveway with his mom. It's Andy Rowe.
Oh, no. Want to just paint my house?
Now that I can do. When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust RowPaint.com to get that job done right.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Canned Cocktails is perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Now, here's 4-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Well, last night, the final seconds ticking off the clock. Lobo Nation, whatever they call their students, their fans, they were, the Lobos were out in full force. Huge. I was going to give a gift card to the first person that's here, and we got somebody. Travis Hawks. We'll give him the mic. Somebody. Let's go. There you go, Travis.
No one's more loyal to Bronco Nation than Crew. So here we are.
I just told my wife we need to give a gift card to the first person. You want a gift card to the Blue and Orange store?
Yeah. Gift card to the Blue and Orange store. Thank you.
That was a tough one last night.
It was tough. I mean, I think we all had the same worry that, you know, what we talked about was like New Mexico needed that game more, and they played that game.
Yep.
Right? And they seemed to have more energy, especially in the first half, kind of seemed to play harder. And so that was frustrating. I can't adequately describe the crowd situation.
It's incredible what New Mexico brings.
How loud they were, and also just what was happening around me. It was a hostile environment is the best way to say it. And
you had good seats too.
We had very good seats. I was sitting right behind the legend Matt Bauscher. And it was I mean, that I don't know. I haven't been to the pit, but that felt like going into the pit. Like, it was crazy.
It started off a couple of bad turnovers, got the crowd going, and they just never kind of recovered.
Yeah, those New Mexico fans, they were ready to go. And hey, listen, I'm glad I have this platform right now to talk about how much I hate House and how this guy's trying to dunk with 12 seconds left.
Yeah, Roddy was gonna have that.
And I appreciate Roddy running him down and blocking the shot. I don't know why the flagrant was called. But then I don't know if you guys saw after the game, this guy ran around like Peter Pan on the court.
I have video.
Like he'd won the national championship.
Yeah.
So that might have put me over the edge a little bit. I did get in some trouble. I was standing on my seat and I was yelling to House to cut down the nets because that's what he was acting. And
did you see this right here? This was last night. He was calling one of the fans to get out of here.
Oh yeah, he probably
It was a Utah State fan though, by the way, that was doing it. He's showing people he's a Utah State fan.
So. He
was blowing that guy kisses all game.
After the game, he was running all around the court, waving his arms and jumping around.
Hey,
and I
he had a heck of a game, man. I don't got a lot I can say.
It's fine, but I did get his attention, and I was yelling, "Cut down the nets" to him.
That's what Derek says after going 4 for 27 in the last two. I bet House wanted to cut the nets.
Oh
down.
yeah, I mean that's the thing is he played terrible against us in the other two games, and then we could not stop him in Dent last night.
I almost wish
just murdered us.
I almost wish that play with House and Roddy happened in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Well, I agree, and it wouldn't have been a flagrant one.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, he went for the ball.
Yeah.
The only reason they called that, he went for the ball and he blocked the ball.
Yeah.
The only reason they called that was because of the circumstances of the game, right?
Yep.
The game's kind of over.
Yep.
12 seconds left. But House he shouldn't have even tried to do that.
No.
I do not like that guy.
No.
Is he a senior?
He's done.
He's done.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Hey, you can say what you want about the antics, but he won the game for New Mexico. Some of those he got to the basket at will. He was playing with swagger. That was the exact kind of performance I was worried about going into the game.
And Dent really when we had those runs where we would almost get there. Like
you make a bucket. You have a chance to cut it to three something.
There was 3 times that we had a 3 that would have been cut the lead down to 2 or 3 points.
Yep.
The 2 were Max and 1 was Buzo.
Yep.
And that last one Max had, you remember it looked like
it was right in front of us. It would have cut it to 3 and they
would have cut it to 3.
And they had back-to-back buckets.
Yeah.
Back to 10.
They scored and
it went in and out, and then it even looked like it was going to hang softly and maybe fall, and it just kind of tipped out. It was. Yeah, that was unfortunate.
I'm sure you guys talked about this, but silver lining is we get a week off.
Mm-hmm.
We actually started the show about 10 seconds before you got here. So you're basically co-hosting the show. You're basically
listen.
And we were actually going to get up and head back and let you and David and everybody just host the rest of the show because there was a lot of people.
We'll just take over.
You told all your family and friends that comment in on the comments yesterday about how nice
all the positive comments about me, and then BJ accused me of having burner accounts. So this is the last thing I'll say.
By the way, I will say this: we got 3 people on here. See you around 11 should be there. Mark says be there around noon, so we appreciate it. Kind of fitting for how the game went last night. It's light rain here. It's not exactly ideal pool weather, but we got some shirts, some koozies. You can have a free drink at least. We have 4 cabanas, so you can hang out in the cabanas. You guys can have one of the cabanas down here for a while and hang out, and we'll still try to make a little bit out of this.
So we appreciate that. This is great. We're happy to be here. The last thing I'll say is silver lining is we get a week off.
Mm-hmm.
We should be very rested. I feel pretty confident we're going to be an 8 seed at this point. And we got to win next Thursday.
You going regardless?
We'll see.
Okay.
I have a little bit of a spring break travel issues. So I can't really comment on a lot of things right now. But
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. My bad.
Thanks, Jay. Anyway, we got to win next week.
Mm-hmm. Get that one.
And if you had, no one will care about last night if you go win next Thursday or Friday. But
that's what we got.
We'll see the matchup. I'm still thinking Salt Lake City 8-9 versus Gonzaga with Arizona as the 1. The whole 3.
That'd be
Tommy
amazing.
Lloyd, Mark
I'll take
Few,
that.
Leon Rice thing all together. They get 2 guaranteed games in the tree.
Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome.
The other one I think would be cool is if you not only had the biggest win in program history in football against Oklahoma.
Yeah.
What if they had What if they played basketball in Oklahoma as well?
Yeah, playing Oklahoma. Yeah, it'd be fun to play Gonzaga because we know they're never going to schedule that.
Yeah, and I like that matchup too. I like that matchup this year for Boise State.
Abe Jackson just texted me. When does your thing start at Circa? We're here, Abe. You should be
Abe, get down here. Get down here, Abe.
Can we talk to your business partner here, friend? You always hog the mic. I want to.
Dave Gardner.
Yeah, get David on here.
Bring Dave Gardner in.
We got the foam ranger here, by the way. We got the whole crew starting to come in here. What was your take on last night here, sir?
I agree a lot with what.
Get it closer to your mouth there. It's not just.
I agree a lot with what Travis said, but you could really tell the energy of the arena. Man, those New Mexico fans were absolutely relentless.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, I don't know, what number did you throw out there? 80%?
Was it 8-1? Maybe, I don't know.
I would say roughly 80. Yeah, and one other thing I want to say though is that I've been coming down here since the beginning of Boise State joining the Mountain West Conference, and truly, when we'd come down here for this, it was like little speckles of blue and orange. So not to completely overlook that, but there was a nice showing for Boise State compared to years past, at least in my opinion. Yeah. But that being said, it was still like 80% New Mexico fans.
I would say that it's the most number of Boise State fans we'd seen in a semifinal game for sure.
Yeah.
And we were still outnumbered.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a lot of Boise State fans there. I was proud of that. Man, the kids, they fought hard, and I really appreciated how hard they fought. But, man, they were just going against a team that needed it more than they did, more energy. They were the more aggressive team. There was one time in the second half where we had 2 fouls. They were the only 2 fouls called, and we were less aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
New Mexico took the ball to the hoop every single time.
Yep.
And it was just a series of unfortunate events that happened.
It actually felt a lot worse than it was for a good chunk of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we talked about that a few times where it's like, man, I feel like we're down 12 and we're only down 2. And man, Travis mentioned those couple of shots, man. That Max Rice 3 that hit the front rim, went halfway down, hit the
There was
back
another
rim,
putback somebody had too that rimmed off, maybe Cam Martin or somebody. I forget that.
Yeah, and it was hard to stay in front of house. He was just ready to go.
Yeah, he's on a mission last night.
Do you know what happened to Jamal Mashburn last night? There were a lot of times he just was not
right. So he was dealing with the flu last week and missed a game.
Yeah.
You guys talk for a second.
What my understanding with that though is that this might be a little too harsh on it to say, but he was kind of the odd man out. They have 3 really talented guards, but they're all like 6 feet tall. And I think it's at times, they can go off together, but at times they all kind of do the same thing. And so down the stretch, Patino played a lineup that largely did not include Mashburn for the first time probably in years. And so, and it worked, I would say.
Yeah, and it was interesting to see there was a time when Roddy and Jace were on, and then there was another time when neither Roddy nor Jace were on.
Mm-hmm.
We went with 5 bigger guys.
Yep.
And at that time, I thought we would do better rebounding because we're doing everything we can to mix up the rotation to see if we could get a little bit of a spark. Cam's dunk was amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Cam's dunk,
yeah. There were a couple of those potential momentum moments, like Roddy's foul, Cam's dunk, that almost Max Rice 3. That it just like those happen earlier in the game at different points in the game. Maybe that's the igniter that Boise State needed, and it just all happened a little too late.
Yeah, the New Mexico were wild. Now we were right in there in the middle of some of them. I got a screenshot where Travis and I were on the screen of the TV, and we were surrounded completely by New Mexico fans. And
sounds like they're being real nice to you guys too.
Is this recorded?
No. By the way, you're getting shout outs, by the way, for being a great BAA board member. So
oh, here we go.
Appreciate you, man. Capital 11.
Well, hey,
appreciate you guys. Thanks, man. Appreciate you for stopping by. Now you just head to the tournament and we wait our fate, right? You're feeling pretty good about next week still, maybe?
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. There are some guys that are dinged up a little bit at this time of year, so we're gonna have a week off. I think one thing I'll add to kind of the way that we've gotten here was we couldn't go lose to Nevada, lose to San Diego, and then lose the first round. That San Diego win was so critical to everything that we're doing.
Yes.
We're in great shape. We're in the tournament, and we'll have a great next week. Go Broncos.
Brent says you're a natural on screen with a mic in hand. I don't know if that's a friend of yours or not, but hey, foam.
It's one of Travis's burner accounts.
He does have his phone out over there. Hey, Foam Ranger, get in here real quick, man. You stop by, we give you a mic, we throw you on for a minute. There wasn't much to dance or party about last night, man. What were your thoughts on the game?
I mean,
Got to get that close up there, man. There.
Close, yeah. So, New Mexico really came out. They're really hungry. They really wanted to win, and we came a little flat. There's some energy, and I think went away from the game plan a bit too because, in the Patino's press conferences, so sucked out.
Here, I'll hold this. You talk. You're not getting close.
How we were so much more physical and bigger than them, yet we didn't really take too much advantage of that. That's it, and led to a lot of maybe some not so good threes or good shot
He
selection.
knows his analysis,
Yeah.
man. What was it like in the crowd, man? I saw there was a little tension going on at times with some of the New Mexico fans, right?
It was all a good fun though. Yeah, New Mexico fans are really dang good.
And now you still toughed it out. He's got his suit. I got my suit on, man. Maybe when the show's over, we'll take a dip in the rain here in the pool. It's kind of fitting for how the day went. But you having a good time down here in Vegas?
Having a blast. I mean, like, I think it was Wednesday night. But like $20 into one of the video poker machines got dealt a Royal Flush.
Ooh.
Okay, that's the one where you get to, you can swap out cards. I'll keep these two, whatever you call it. Deal, 3 more. Literally, you said it dealt you a Royal Flush. The first 5 cards, you didn't even have to sub any out.
Nope.
And now he's buying our lunch after we're heading down to Barry's. Yeah. Hey, man, safe travels back. We'll see. We always appreciate the support and commenting on the shows. And when we get done here, man, I do appreciate you, even though the weather's not great, stopping by. And we'll try to have a little bit of fun today.
Oh, yeah. It'll still be fun. Yeah, my dad and I might try to go out to the Colorado Wazoo game tonight.
Nice.
There you go. Hey, man, appreciate it. Thanks, man. There he is, the Foam Range. Appreciate him for stopping by as well. Jay, we kind of got bombarded by guests here right when the show started. But this weather is kind of symbolic of how the Bronco Nation is feeling right now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I know that, and I meant it too. I remember when we'd first come down here, and I joked with Leon Rice after the game last night, where you'd look up in that corner and it'd be like his family up there and a few people dressed in blue and orange. There was a nice showing comparatively, I believe, and Bronco Nation has showed up more here in Las Vegas over these last few years. But it was just a rough game from the jump last night, and I think you could kind of tell, even in pregame warmups, BJ, there was a team that was there and they were really determined. And I don't want to, make it sound like Boise State's not a tough team, but man, New Mexico brought the fight last night, and we sat in the post-game press conference the night before when New Mexico beat Air Force, and I would probably say somewhere 6, 8, 10 times they brought up the fact that they were bullied. Like that is how they phrased it too. They were bullied by Boise State in the first 2 matchups, and they weren't going to let that happen again. And guess what? They did not let that happen again.
By the way, Jay, just the angle right here, folks are loving commenting on you're sitting in a nice angle here with the guns leaning forward there. People are enjoying the show here, I guess. But yeah, and I talked to you before the game, and I said I don't have a good feeling about this, and you didn't either. And I think that it was nothing against Boise State. It was just we've seen this.
Yep.
I hate to say it, but 7 of the 13 years Boise State's been one and done in this conference tournament. That's the 4th time, Jay, they've been one and done as the better seed.
Yeah, the 3 seed has not treated them well.
16 to 18, I think it was 16, 17, and 18. They lost 3 years in a row as either the 2 or 3 seed.
Yeah.
So and then
the 3 seed sucks though. Can I just make this clear? It's awful. Like you feel like you earn a right to have a decent draw, a decent tip time in these things. And Boise State, who tied for 2nd in the league, 1 game out of 1st place, is the last team to step on the floor at the Mountain West Conference tournament at about 10 Mountain Time is when the game actually tipped off, or maybe a little closer to 10 o'clock Mountain Time. So that's a rough draw, and I think that one way or the other, the Mountain West is I don't mean to complain. The Mountain West does a great job of hosting this tournament. We've seen it grow over the years. This is the best it's ever been talent-wise, but gosh, I would love to see them be able to adjust tip times a little bit, even 1 hour earlier. I know they're at the mercy of some of the TV schedules and things like that, but gosh, it would be wonderful if they could just figure out a way to be a little more accommodating to some of these teams that you feel like earn the right to not play at 10 o'clock on Thursday night.
And we'd be saying this if this were a Saturday morning of the championship game. It's even worse tonight. It's supposed to start same time or later, and then you got to turn around and play at 3 o'clock on Saturday. I know it's the almighty dollar, but again, 3 teams that already played twice, Jay, before Boise State played once.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's just tough. I don't know what you do necessarily. I don't know how you flip it, reverse it. I don't really know. But
what about given given a lot of people have talked about this, maybe this is not the year to do it, but the WCC bracket where you give a little more, you give a little more of an advantage to some of these teams, and maybe not necessarily all the way to the semifinals. But
you know what bracket I actually like? I kind of like the Big Sky bracket, and I didn't get a chance to really dive in too much, and it certainly still allows for a number of upset opportunities. But some of their, a seed like Boise State's range, they would have actually played earlier in the day or earlier in the week and then had a bye like on day 2 of the tournament and gone back and played on day 3. So I actually kind of like that. I don't think that this league is not the WCC, BJ. It's too competitive to have that type of setup. There are too many teams that are more deserving than just buys right through to the semifinals for only 2. Like this league's too good for that. So I don't know. I would not like that format, in my opinion.
What else? What else did you not like? What you saw from Boise State last night?
I just think that we said it prior to the game that New Mexico was going to come in there. They were prepared to embrace Boise State's physicality, not be bullied. And I think when you look at every single what I would call, bully stat, New Mexico won, whether it be rebounding, offensive rebounding, second chance points, points off turnovers, bench points, which I don't know if that's really a bully stat, but it's been a key stat as Boise State's, put together some successful runs throughout the season. The bench didn't have much of a presence. I don't know if they had an opportunity to have much of a presence. So just all of those stats that you would feel like kind of exemplify what bully ball is. They were in a landslide in favor of New Mexico last night.
Yeah, and I thought early in the game there was one possession where like Omar Stanley had 2 or 3 offensive rebounds. He missed like 2 bunnies, but he got it. I said, okay, they're fighting. They're on the board. It's going to be one of those games. But
they made 3 out of their first 12 layup attempts.
Yeah, and they only had 3 shots in the entire first half. 3 made field goals that were not threes.
Yeah,
3 field goals in the entire first half inside the 3-point line. And I know this team can shoot the 3 ball, Jay, but 34 3-point attempts is just too high.
It's too much. And I think that I'm not a coach. I definitely don't try to pretend more than I know. But if you do look at the stats, man, Tyson Degenhart and Omar Stanley are so effective around the rim, and they're high percentage shooters, right? And whatever New Mexico was doing, clogging the paint, making it really mucky in there, or whatever you want to call it, it didn't allow Boise State to get in a rhythm like we've seen them on offense. And all of a sudden, you have Tyson Degenhart with 6 3-point attempts at halftime. And man, Tyson can shoot it out there. It's not that I have a problem with that, but I think it just shows, like, when you look at some of these numbers, they got Boise State a little out of what they would prefer to do, on offense.
Yeah, and it was just I don't know. We saw it come in. It started off rough, and I think they led for 30 seconds or something. They had that one response. I think it was an Abo 3 early in the game where they took the lead, and then they were just playing catch up the entire time. And kudos to New Mexico, man. They came out. They played like a team that needed that game. They played like a team that had their swagger back. And I said it on the post-game show, Jay, it wouldn't surprise me if they win this tournament.
It wouldn't. And it's so funny because I know that Jalen House is a fairly polarizing figure. Getting to, I don't know him super well, but getting to know Richard Pitino a little bit.
I like Richard Pitino, by the way.
He's honest. He's transparent. He embraces the character of his team. The thing that comes with that, though, and I think he's pretty open about it, is that means you're going to ride a wave of emotion times, and on nights it's not going to go for you, and then you're going to run into nights like last night where it goes for you in a landslide. And so I like what he's done there, and he is always very, very complimentary of Boise State. It was funny because when we were sitting at the post-game press conference on Wednesday, BJ, he was talking about Boise State's tradition and what they're building and how it's taken time, and he's like commenting on like this, and I'm kind of like thinking, I'm like, man, you guys are the one that have 15,000 fans at the pit every night. And, you have some wins at the NCAA tournament, things like that. And he's the one complimenting what Boise State is doing. So he's always been very, very complimentary, at least when I've spoken with him about Boise State.
We're having fun despite the weather. We're going to have some food out here, some drinks. We hope folks will still make their way over. We'll be out here this afternoon, probably until about 4 o'clock. Donnie and Prater are going to be doing their show out here as well. So, the rain hopefully is going to pass here in the near future. It's kind of a light mist right now, but you got the heated pools. Jay has promised to cannonball at the end of the show here into the pool, so we're excited for that.
I know you're kidding. Yeah, man, my flight leaves before too long here. My stay is going to be cut way short in Las Vegas.
Well,
that's all right.
You got to go about 15 more minutes with me, and then we'll get you out of here.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
A quick 90-second timeout. We're having fun. We got BNN T-shirts, koozies, food, drink. All the games are on. This would be kind of another fitting day for me, Jay, based on I'm actually looking okay right now.
Oh, okay.
I got a little Sam Houston State, Purdue, South Florida going here. So I just looked at the board and said, what game?
South Florida's playing right now?
Yeah, they're playing our boy Cason Pryor. They're right there in the American game against East Carolina. So you know what? I literally haven't won a single bet, a single thing the entire trip.
Oh, wow.
I can't even win on the weather.
Don't talk to Johnny. He was throwing all of his tickets in my face yesterday.
I can't even, literally have had zero go right on this trip. So it's
today's the day.
One of those days I wanted to wake up and start crying, just like it is what it is. But we're trying to make the best of it we can. And maybe we can have a big comeback here at the end. But I kind of we'll spin this a little forward, Jay, what this means for next week and this team and their chances of making some history. But we'll do that here in 90 seconds. Again, come join us, Stadium Swim, Circa Resort and Casino. Even if you're not on the RSVP list, tell them you're with BNN. You get free entry and a free drink ticket. And Jay Tuss will even take a photo with you. So we're back here in 90 seconds on Bronco Nation News. All Bronco Nation News broadcasts come from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mix premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Spirits, perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Our title sponsor is rowpaint.com. For all your commercial, industrial, residential painting needs, check out rowpaint.com. Don't forget about their concrete coatings. Transform that ugly concrete slab on your back patio in your garage in just one day. Contact rowpaint.com for a free estimate today. The official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics and our title sponsor at Bronco Nation News is rowpaint.com. Idaho Central Credit Union's been helping members achieve financial success for more than 80 years. There's an ICCU branch on almost every corner, but the closest is in your pocket with free eBranch mobile and online banking. See why more than 500,000 members love ICCU and join 1 in 4 Idahoans by making the switch today at ICCU.com. Since 1984, Ridley's Family Markets has prided itself on being a hometown food and drug store that employed value members of the local community. Ridley's Family Markets has 13 locations in the state of Idaho and many more in the surrounding states. Download the new Ridley's app to your smartphone, get savings up to 40% off at the checkout line, and find a location near you at shopridleys.com. Former Bronco Matt Bauscher is once again the number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. No home is too big or too small for Matt and his team. Let them fulfill all your real estate needs at BauscherRealEstate.com. All right, back here at Stadium Swim, keeping the live show going here for a bit longer. Again, not ideal weather, but we're going to have some fun anyway. And we got T-shirts, koozies, all kinds of stuff. And we appreciate Aaron and Brooke and, of course, Derek Stevens, everybody here at Circa Resort and Casino for taking care of us. Jay, I know you're staying here at Circa, and despite the outcome last night, I know you enjoy this place.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome, man. It's really cool. If you want to watch sports, it's hard to beat this place. Super accommodating, too, for that matter. I can't tell you how hard it would be to do a live shot for a newscast in a sports book, which has an awesome back setting or backdrop for us, and they're like all about it. They give us a pass, and they're like, have at it, man. So it was really nice.
So you have the media pass for Circa.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can now use that to come back pretty much anytime you want.
Oh, cool. Sweet. All right. Good to know. Perfect.
Any fight or live event, now you're good. So all right. Joe Lenardi's updated bracket, we don't think is updated with the final result of the game, because it was updated at 1:30 a.m. Eastern, which I don't think the game was over yet. He still has New Mexico as his first team out.
Okay.
But he has Boise State in the 8-9 game playing Dayton. Not in Dayton, though, just playing Dayton. But it would be in Indianapolis, I believe. And then in the second game, they would get the team we're seeing right there, Purdue. Zach Edey against Cam Martin down in the post. Come on.
Whatever. As Leon says, let the fur fly. Just win a game. That's all. Win a game. In a way, gosh, man, it'd be fitting if it was against Dayton. Payback for those, for years in the past. And I haven't seen Dayton play this year. I know they got a really good big, but I would assume I like the way the Boise State matches up with them. It's all about matchup, man. Don't focus on, we have to focus on location and things like that. But if you're a fan that wants to watch this thing, finding a matchup that suits Boise State is the most desirable thing over location or brand name or any of that stuff.
I mean, I know that this team has responded, though, Jay, and I know they've only lost 2 games in a row twice all season. Obviously, as they said in the post-game presser, now they know they're only guaranteed 1 more game.
Yep.
It still feels like, I don't know, it just feels like Max Rice, his legacy, this team, this era,
It would be very poetic.
It feels like this is it. It feels like it. And they put the graphic up on the screen. Somebody tweeted it last night, Jay. Most appearances in the NCAA tournament all time without a win. Boise State 0-9. There's an 0-8 on there, but I think Boise State 0-9. And the teams on the list with them are not teams you want to be on the list with. Eastern Kentucky 0-8, Long Island 0-7.
You're looking at teams that are
UL Monroe. Not Nebraska's 0-7.
Yeah,
they're going to get in this year. UL Monroe 0-7.
Nebraska's never won an NCAA tournament game,
according to this graphic right here that someone tweeted out during the game. But that's not a list you want to be on. 0-9, and at some point it has to end. And you kind of think maybe this can finally be the year. And it just seems like it could be with this team. And I know it comes down to matchups, as you said. But
I think again, we can make a mountain out of a molehill, or it is what it is. And I do think it is a little bit. There's not a lot of gray area here. I think that New Mexico had a. It's not to say Boise State's game plan was bad. I don't mean that. Like this might seem like being too critical or anything like that. But what New Mexico did, their game plan took Boise State out of some of the things that they're more accustomed to doing. I mean, they wanted to get Roddy Anderson into the lane and let him drive and kick, and that really wasn't something that they could do last night, especially in the first half. And so a tip of the cap to New Mexico. They were tougher. They executed their game plan better. Boise State comes away with the loss. That being said, there's plenty of time for Boise State to flip the script here, get after it. And, BJ, by going to Kansas, that you can really put a glass half full spin on this thing by saying, no longer are we going to be battling into the, late into the weekend against really tough teams. It's going to be physically demanding. You bow out a little bit early, you go home, you rest up, and then you give the NCAA tournament your absolute best shot. So would you like to win a Mountain West tournament? Yes, people like that. Absolutely. I get it. But you take this as a consolation prize and try to better yourself for it.
Bronco 130 says after last night's loss, he needs a laugh. So he's asking if I can flex my biceps next to yours. Mine are in a jacket, so you can't really see how big they are because, I'm busting
That's what it is
right here. But by the way, we have our first person in the pool.
Yeah.
Nathaniel Wilder is in there. Nathaniel, how's the water, man? We good? Nice and warm. See, he's watching his games. He's good to go here. So this place is pretty ridiculous.
It is.
With all the games on here. And I think I had Tennessee as well, and they're down 9 to Mississippi State. That would be
plenty of time left.
I'm the king of going 4 out of 5 in parlays. That's why they say parlays are sucker bets. If I just they said the black is slimming on my arms,
No, that's a compliment in its own right.
Donovan Dent going to be a superstar.
I keep watching this Tennessee game because I want to tell you they hit a 3. They've missed 2 in a row, 2 offensive rebounds, and they come away empty. So awesome. I would really want to be the bearer of good news.
That's about how it's going here for me. Let's see. Donovan Dent going to be a superstar. Hopefully Patino can retain him. There's some talk about Patino maybe going toward South Florida. I heard there's some other talk. Is
that a better job than New Mexico, by the way? Michigan State's within 3.
Wow.
Trying to push it a little bit here.
That would be the fitting.
Yeah.
Take a money line Purdue bet, and they can't even
one
win.
One of the most secured bets.
The quarterfinal game against.
They just hit a 3. They're going to be okay. They just hit a 3.
I literally can't win this. Oh man. By the way, I know that the backlighting here with our $75 Amazon webcam isn't exactly the best lighting here. And if we were about 5 feet further, it would be better lighting, but we'd be in the rain. So we're doing the best we can. But this team, this future, and again, I know they want to win this game, look forward. But I said on the post game show, Jay, assuming Leon Rice, and I'm not saying that's 100%. I do think Washington, there could be. His name's going to at least come up, I think, in the next week or two.
I can't believe Hopkins got another year, didn't go anywhere, and now UW basically just kicked the can down the road. So I don't know why. This is just complimentary to Leon. I don't know why they would not try to look at a guy like Leon.
Again,
Danny Sprinkle.
I'm not trying to rain on whatever doom and gloom on Boise State fans that Leon Rice is leaving, but you got a chance to go from 1 million to 3 million. Your kid just finished. If you think you've done pretty much everything you can do here, if you have one kind of final, chance and could be a competitor to try to go win in the Big Ten, I wouldn't shock me. Not to say that's anything negative towards Boise State. I know he loves the administration. He loves the way it's going. I know Danny Sprinkle was it his dad? Was it his dad that played under Don James? I believe. Danny Sprinkle, I know, has a ties to Washington, so I think he's going to be the favorite. And no disrespect to Leon J, but I mean, I think Sprinkle's 20 years younger too.
He's quite a bit younger. Yes,
that could be a. We got guys out here in matching shirts. Looks like they're here for a bachelor party or something coming in. Would that be your group?
No, we just told everybody that was coming to this to wear matching shirts.
Oh, okay. That kind of seems like a Jay Tuss bachelor party type thing. Didn't you do something where you went on vacation, or you did something where you and Joey or who, I forget who it was, all had
that was Dad's day.
Oh,
yeah, we did. But we did not know. Our wives did that, and we all showed up at the golf course. And I pull up, I look over at the driving range, and there's two guys wearing the same golf polo as me, and it's, I don't know, it had a certain.
So how'd you know you had to wear it? Your wife just said, "You need to wear this today."
I just woke up. She had my daughter brought it to me, and it's like, "Dad, we got you a golf polo," and I was like, "Oh, this is cute." And like I was like, maybe there's a little something to this, but at the same time, I really didn't think about it. Like I didn't think that far into it, and I was like, "Oh, wear this."
There's my mother-in-law. She made it, so we got some more. We're gonna. We had over 160 people RSVP, Jay. I'm going to put the over-under probably at like 35. I'm hoping we can get a decent crowd, but it's supposed to in the next hour. It looks like, according to this,
clear up a little.
By 3 o'clock.
So yeah,
by 3 o'clock, there's even sun coming out.
There it is.
Potentially. So get over here if you're in Vegas. Money is a factor. Basketball is different. Leon has Boise on the verge of greatness, turning into Gonzaga or San Diego State. I would stay. What I was going to say is you look at potentially Abo, Stanley, Degenhart. A year of improvement from Roddy Anderson, Meadow, Keene, Jace, Lockett, Ugbo, and then if they go find a 3-point shooter in the portal to replace Max,
which it seems like they have been able. I don't want to go as far as replace Max because that in the lineup and rotation,
yes,
but the intangibles are going to be nearly impossible to replace.
They like the Pocatello kid, and they like Peanut Carmichael, who's averaged over 30 a game in high school.
It's funny, like even when they attack the portal, and the way that I'm going to kind of look at this thing and this roster is, I'm going to be like, man, can they get like a Max Rice, a Rob Heyer, a James Reed, like somebody that offers like kind of like the intangibles that shoots it well, right? Like I feel like that's kind of a piece that this team will need next year with Max moving on.
But with that said, if all those guys come back, if Leon comes back, I mean, I hate to say it,
the roster's loaded, man.
You believe like that? I mean, it seems like. It's kind of like the Chicago Cubs back in the last 2 decades. Wait till next year, whatever. I get it, and fans don't want to hear that right now. You'd love to, and that's why I think you'd love to win that first tournament game right now. Get that monkey off the back, and go into next year with maybe a preseason top 25 type team.
Oh, they'll be knocking on the door of that.
You look at the Mountain West. Isaiah Stevens is gone, right? You mentioned House being gone. Who else is gone from New Mexico? I think is Mashburn gone too.
Mashburn's gone.
And then who knows what's going to happen? But you look at around, and I think
Darius Brown's gone. Jaden Ledee's gone.
Is Lucas gone. Blackshear.
Lucas is done.
I don't know about Blackshear.
I'm pretty sure Lucas is done.
Okay.
I think Blackshear's done. They're seniors on the roster. I don't know if they're COVID seniors or not yet, but I believe both those guys are done.
So Boise State could theoretically come back as the clear Mountain West favorites.
Golly, unless somebody attacks the transfer portal, yeah. I will say I think UNLV is going to bring back some talent, and DeDon Thomas Jr., who nearly had a heroic finish there against San Diego State yesterday.
Dude, were you in there yet?
I wasn't yet.
Oh man, I got video of that and I posted it. It was that was unbelielible, man.
I can't believe the shot that he got off. I love the play call, by the way. Like on the inbounds, they threw it to like space. They didn't throw it to Thomas. They threw it to space.
The goal. I think the guy ran the other way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he got lucky.
Oh, I thought it was actually kind of maybe a good idea to again get Thomas open a little bit away from guys where
maybe so.
It's almost like he's a receiver running a route. So a very risky play because you risk throwing it to nobody.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought maybe that was planned.
The tournament delivered though, 2 overtime games in the first day, and then Colorado State. That was a little surprising to me. I think New Mexico gets them tonight. I think New Mexico beats Colorado State.
Yeah, I kind of woke up thinking about this, man, and I don't know, man. I almost want to say that I think. I don't know. I think Colorado State might get them.
Wow.
I just think that the steadiness, you can only ride the wave of emotion for so many nights here. Like you really, I mean, whether you're visiting Vegas or playing basketball in Vegas, right? I just think that, man, Stevens is just so freaking steady. And I think you're getting to the point in the tournament, who is the most consistent and who is the best at doing what they do.
Yeah.
And that's why, I don't know, man, I'm kind of leaning to Colorado State tonight.
I mean, I guess it's 2 very confident teams.
Two very confident teams.
And they're both playing for the third night, right?
My biggest concern is the late kid who had his Hunter McIntosh performance last night where I think he was 5 of 6 overall, 3 of 3 from 3 at like 15, 16 points off the bench. Those are the performances, man, that make such a big difference. Who can be that, that 6th, 7th guy that, is always been a contributor, but really has that big night. It doesn't, I'm trying to go back over time and remember if Boise State's had like a really big bench performance at the Mountain West tournament. I'd have to dissect that.
That hurt him last night, by the way.
It did.
3 bench points, and it wasn't until the last couple minutes of the game on that Martin dunk free throw.
Yep.
But he didn't play the bench very much either.
That's my point too. And like kind of going in, like you'd be naive if you were going to assume that Leon wasn't going to ride a starting 5. Like he gets the moments like this, and you're gonna go with the dudes that got you here, I guess, right?
So how do you feel about going in next week? 5 o'clock on Sunday?
I know, yeah, pretty much, man. I got to see the matchup. I want to see what that looks like because I think the matchup is everything.
They just didn't have the energy. Like, I don't know, just weird.
It was weird.
It just had a weird vibe in New Mexico.
It seemed flatter than it should have been.
There will be less fans though, unless I guess you're in. The second round maybe is different if you're in Indianapolis, whatever. There will be less fans rooting for whoever they play in the NCAA tournament. Then the NCAA tournament is so corporate. All the seats are for companies, businesses, and hey, we got Mark Moss in the house. Let's see who we can rip on. Get over here, Mark. What were you going to say?
Oh, I really was impressed with New Mexico last night and their crowd. That is
Mark Moss. You know him, you love him. He's a favorite tweeter of ours. I know you always mean 100% of what you say out there on social media. You're not a troll at all, Mark. But you showed up. We appreciate it. You were sitting like front row. You had great seats.
Second row, baby. Yeah, we were right there.
Did you pay for those?
No. I paid way up top. I had my eye at the end of the other game. That row there was just empty.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting my tweet ready about the jerks that snuck down and stole the.
And that was an awesome view. You guys get that every game, man.
I'll hold this so you can just talk. What'd you make of last night?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of said it, and we saw it. I think that New Mexico just played like they needed to win the game.
Yeah.
And they played hard. House played awesome. We couldn't stop House, couldn't stop Dent. So, I mean, those 2 guards are amazing, and they finished. I love Rod. You know what? Can I say one thing about Roddy?
Yes.
I love Roddy, okay? I think Roddy's going to be huge for us, and I will say this. The way he ended the game.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys have talked.
A little bit at the beginning with Travis Hawks.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want I don't think it was dirty. It was hard.
Yeah.
You don't let someone finish the game.
No, you have somebody coming in there trying to test the your pride, the program, all that stuff, and Roddy was like, "No, I'm not letting that happen."
I think he earned some respect in that.
Yeah.
I'm sure
it was his fifth foul too. Like, I mean, I know the game was done at that point anyways, but he's like, "No, I'm going out like this."
I saw that and I liked it.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't dirty. It was hard. And I think it sent a message to his teammates, to the fan base. I'm excited for Roddy the next 2.
Yeah.
I don't think the foul itself, but there was a little skirmish. I don't know if he pulled him down. People thought he might have pulled him down a little bit afterwards, but
I just wish that happened in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I think it could,
because all of a sudden, like you saw, like, okay, you want to do this? We're gonna punch back, and that was like the first real time. I don't want to say the first real time, but that was just a very noticeable time where Boise State was like, "You're gonna try to take the fight to us. We're gonna take the fight back."
I will say I don't know if you've touched on this, but I was right in front of us when Max, there was 5-6 minutes left to go. And Max had a 3. We were down 6.
Yep, Jay.
And it went in and in and
yep.
out.
We've talked about that.
Thing goes down, we're down 3. They score.
Yep.
And then we miss and they score again. It went from it could have been a 3-point game to 10 in like 20 seconds.
Yep.
And that was the game.
You were sitting right behind us. You were also sitting close to the guy that Jalen House was.
Yeah, I have no idea how that started. No idea. Because he came down a little bit later than I did. And he was a Utah State fan.
That's what I don't. Where is this? And like, what is going on here?
House,
yeah.
And House is all over him. I'm like, why is he?
This is ridiculous.
And he's pointing to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was kind of crazy.
All game though, he was kissing at him. He was
great. Yeah, I don't know why Utah State fan is giving him.
I heard they gave House the business in Logan, so I don't know if that guy traveled down, if it was previous history or what, but
I know he was a Utah State fan.
Yeah.
So how does this change your outlook for next week or the season?
I thought hey, if this is gonna be our super team, it's all about one. It's all about one game next week.
Yep.
I don't care if we're an 8-9 and we get blown out by a 1 seed. This team is a great team. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah.
Right. But it's about winning one game in the Big Dance.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be there. We're not gonna be in Dayton. And it's
might be playing Dayton, but won't be in Dayton.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be exciting. I think this doesn't change anything about our team or our potential next week because New Mexico wanted it a little bit more.
Yeah,
they were, but we're a good team.
Yep.
We can win it.
Jay, this guy's a big. He's trying to challenge me here. He's a big podcast star now. Tell everybody about your podcast. I know you just had Austin Bolt on.
Yeah, we did. We had Johnny Ballgan came on.
I'm sorry.
Either you guys. Yeah. So we Shirts and Skins podcast. Matt Lamb, Brandon Miner, and myself. We've been best friends since middle school.
Cool.
And we've been talking Boise State sports for 20 plus years in group chats. And we're like, why don't we just
throw it all out there? Yeah.
It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. And some people, we've been getting some people listening and interacting. It's been a lot of fun.
How much is Jay? Are you going to lower Jay's appearance fee at all, Jay, to come on their show?
We would love to have Jay. We'd love that.
Anytime, yeah.
We said after the season, maybe after spring ball or something, I'll come on too. Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Look forward to that. But hey, appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah.
We're almost done. I'll chat with you over there. But appreciate you. We've got some folks starting to show up. Our intern Jaden's dad, I saw him walking around. I'd say we're probably 15-ish people already, Jay. Final thoughts.
Yeah.
Jordan says he likes Mark on BNN better than Mark on Twitter. I'll have to tell you that. Tell him that when we get off. But Jay, just your final thoughts on this tournament, this game, going home this afternoon. A lot of Boise State fans disappointed, but still hope for next week.
I would say this: the harshest, the harshest, most critical thing that I could probably say. Boise State has done such an unbelievable job of growing this program in the Leon Rice era. And I really do mean it. Like I said earlier, like the fact that Richard Pitino was talking about the tradition that Boise State has built, I think is indicative of that. That being said, in the future, would love to see him come do a little more damage in Las Vegas. To move into that category, right? Like in the regular season, they are a premier perennial power in the Mountain West Conference, and I can say that and believe it, and that there's numbers and stats to back that up. That being said, San Diego State, it doesn't matter whether they go 11-7 in Mountain West Conference play or 15-1. They always find a way to not only the semifinals, but usually the finals. And that's an unfair standard, maybe, sure. But, man, every year they freaking show up in Las Vegas, and they just never, ever seem to disappoint here. And so would love to see the program continue to grow. And it's not easy, and I get that. I get it. But that's like, outside of an NCAA tournament win, I also feel like that's going to show the growth and the next step this program can take. Outside of that, I still really like this team, man. I love the fight again that Roddy Anderson showed at the end of the game last night. It showed that this team's not done. They're ready to still fight. They want to continue to extend this season. Max Rice, I know, is not ready to be done rocking the blue and orange and be done with his career at Boise State. These guys are going to fight and try to prolong this season and get a historic victory a week or so from today.
Hey, Lithia Ford of Boise, we appreciate their support. LithiaFordBoise.com. Check them out. LithiaFordBoise.com. You can view their full inventory of vehicles. LithiaFordBoise.com. Taco Bell, TacoBellWorks.com. We appreciate the SON Management Group, Nicolason family. TacoBellWorks.com. They're hiring. Check them out and get more information. The Blue and Orange store as well. We talked about Travis Hawks earlier in the show. Free shipping, any order over $40. theblueandorange.store.com. That's online, but also if you're in the Boise area, you can just go to the Boise Town Square Mall there by Pro Image and transcompservice.com. You need a job, check out transcompservice.com. Complete trucking compliance management, then get you out there towing that first road in no time. And Bronco Brew Coffee, BroncoBrew.coffee, supporting Boise State University athletics with every sip. Roasted to order coffee. BroncoBrew.coffee. We appreciate them. We appreciate all you guys. We appreciate Jay. I know, Jay, you got a lot going on, moving your flights around and everything, so we appreciate you. And tough week, but again, Sunday we'll have a bracket to fill out, and we'll see what happens. The net moved them to 27, by the way.
Yeah.
Colorado State got to 31, couldn't quite get to 30, so that's still a what?
Yeah, I was just thinking, they
almost got it.
No, what I was going to say, sorry. Every morning, this time of year, probably for the last, month and a half, 2 months, I wake up. One of the first things I do is check the net rankings. I just want to see. I'm sure you do the exact same thing.
But yeah, well, let me see where you're going.
I had a dream last night when I went to bed at 3:30, 4 o'clock after doing our look lives. That you sent out a tweet that Boise State jumped to number 11 in the net rankings despite the loss, and that everybody should just chill the F out. And I was like, I woke up and I was like, wait, was that real?
I actually did tweet out the net rankings because I was up when they updated.
All right, maybe that, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it was
Maybe
on my mind.
You were like half asleep. And you didn't see my tweet.
I just thought, I woke up and I was like, wait, what? Yeah.
They actually
dreaming about the net rankings. It's March Madness, everybody. I don't know.
They actually did update while I was still there. They're 6-6 in quad 1, 3-3 in quad 2. Colorado State is 31.
Okay.
So if they could get one more spot with a win tonight, they would move up. Boise State would get another quad 1 win. Home games. Maybe you should be rooting for Colorado State tonight if you're Boise State fan to get that 7th quad 1 win.
Where's New Mexico at, you said?
New Mexico is 23.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
So that's set there. And then the only other disappointing one is 77 for UNLV. Not sure they're going to quite get 2 more spots. Maybe somebody else could lose or something else could happen. We'll have to see. Johnny Ballgame has now made an appearance. So we're going to have some fun, hang out, have some food, some drinks. Jay, appreciate you. Safe travels back. And that'll do it. Our coverage here in Las Vegas. Johnny and Prater will be on from 2 until 4 Pacific, 3 to 5. I think there's a Steelheads game tonight or something. So 3 to 5, Johnny and Prater will be on. We'll have the camera. I'll be out with them from 3 to 3:30. Hopefully the weather will improve a little bit. But appreciate all you guys. Thanks for our coverage. Your subscriptions help, get Jay on this show, help get Johnny and Prater and myself down here in Vegas. So appreciate you. Go support the sponsors. Keep subscribing if you can. And folks are loving Jay Tuss' bizarre dreams as we end the show here. Thanks to Circa. Thanks to everybody. And we'll talk to you guys later. Bronco Nation News live at Circa Resort and Casino Stadium Swim. We'll talk to you on Selection Sunday, but we'll talk to you at 3 o'clock Mountain Time with Prater and Johnny here shortly. So come on by and see us. We'll talk to you guys later.